First question being teaching versus letting the kids play during a trial. What balance of drills and games should coaches be looking to run at trials? And Tim, I'll start this question off with you, and then you can bounce off your answer with Reece.
Okay, thanks. Well, look, I suppose again, a lot of the things that I'm going to say with this is it's contingent on your own context as a coach. What is it you are desiring? How many kids are you trialing? What's your club? What are your demands at your club? How much time do you have? How many trials are you going to have? So those things are all, I think, relevant factors in informing whatever practice that you do, your methodology. So that's the first thing. The other thing I would say is, what sort of coach are you? If you are a coach that really wants detail and you expect that of your players, and it's a healthy thing to reflect on your own coaching style and what you value, and are you going to stop a lot? You want your players to be like that. So if you reflect on that and you are a coach that, you're really going to want the kids that play on your team to be detailed and precise, be it defensively, be it especially with footwork and positioning, then your session should be like that, I think, and you should teach them the way you want them to do, and therefore you can assess them because they're either going to be able to cope with that or they can't. So I think it fits in with what your own values, your own style is. Having said that, I think generally it's for me, it would be not too much on the detail, enough to let them to go and to get on with the drill and coach on the run, because you want to see their decisions, you want to see their ability to react with the other kids and to play, and also not necessarily to make it psychologically a burden for them. I mean, we're not sort of, or are we? Yeah, some coaches, I suppose I've seen it, you don't want some sort of psychological warfare with the players. Yeah. What are you after? Are you not playing head games with them, or maybe you are a bit? It kind of depends. I've seen it done different ways. I think of so many of the great coaches that I've seen do things, and so many are so detailed, and other people are just sort of like, roll them out, let's go. It does vary. So I would say consult your own coaching style and think about your context.
Yeah. I think, Tim, that's 100% right. Like, when I saw that question come through, I think it was the first thing I thought was, well, what do you want to see? That's what you got to work out. What do you want to see? For me, I like generally to start with a shooting drill or two, just as you're getting comfortable and get the kids relaxed, and sort of start to move around and identify some kids you may not know, and then generally some one-on-one in different scenarios and see them compete, and then advantage, disadvantage. I think 3-on-2, 4-on-3, different scenarios, some basic concepts maybe in small-sided games, and then I like to see them play because I just want to identify the best players. But then as you move through that trial process, I want to see who can pick things up a bit more, so you might drip feed some concepts in or things like that. Is there any ways, Tim, that you want to see how they can pick things up on the run or anything like that you've done in tryouts?
Yeah, look, I think a good thing to do is to draw something up. Like, if you're a coach like me, I like to draw things up during games, and I want them to be able to conceptualize off the board and onto the floor. So I'd huddle small groups and saying, we're going to do that. Yep. And diagram it out of bounds play, and then they might not say, who can go and do that. And in the huddle, even explain it without a board, who can visualize what we're trying to do, and go and do that. So it's one of the strategies that I would do would be to use the board to have small huddles and say, okay, we're going out and doing that. So, for instance, it might be like, and I know we might be sort of getting to another point here, but I think you and I were chatting about this, Reece. If you're playing in a group, let's say that you got one group in the huddle and you said, okay, you guys have got to make 6 passes. You're playing half court. You guys to make 6 passes, and you got to get him or her a shot on the left-hand side of the court in the left-hand block on after the 6th pass.
Yep.
And then it's kind of, you see who stuffs that up, who facilitates that, and then if that person is ready to go, who they get themselves into that scenario. I think that's a cool little game to do. Or conversely, give them a defensive challenge. This player, when they get it anywhere near the block, we're going to double them, or you can only make them shoot a left hand over the front of the rim. So working on the scout, you know what I mean? See who can do that sort of stuff and play to a bit of a scout.
Yeah, for sure. But it all depends on the level. All depends on the level. If you got under 12s, you're not going to do that, but you might talk about their spacing or whatever it may be. So I think that's the art of it, and definitely something to put some thought into when you're putting that plan together. But find out what you want and definitely got to let them play. I think you can drill too much, but definitely got to let them play and see who you want to select and go from there. But those little interventions definitely help with the process. I 100% agree.